Welcome to today's video. So a few weeks ago, I was scrolling through my Instagram feed when I came across an announcement that Kristin Johns posted that her husband was actually putting on a musical, and they had been teasing something he has been working on, but this was the announcement, and as soon as I saw it, I went to the website and bought a ticket. Now, the musical was in California. I live in Arizona, so I had no idea where I was gonna stay, how I was gonna get there, or if anyone would go with me, but I immediately bought the ticket. I think that's a very type 7 thing to do. I don't know, I'm just getting into this whole Enneagram thing. But I bought the ticket, and I guess God wanted me to go alone because no one could come with me. So I bought a bus ticket, took a 7 or 8 hour bus ride to California to go see this musical. And you know, God really used it to teach me something amazing. So I hope you enjoy. I don't think it's necessarily what you think it's gonna be, but yes, let's get into the video. This is the story of me going to California and going to Marcus's John's production of Viral the Musical. Enjoy. So I just got off the bus. It was quite the ride. I think I actually might buy a plane ticket home because I don't know if I want to sit on the bus again, and I have flight credit, but we'll get to that later. You might be wondering why I'm squatting by this car and I just don't feel like vlogging in public. But I got off the bus and I could have taken an Uber to my rental car, which is right here. However, I just thought I would hop on one of the birds, and so I just did a nice 10-minute bird ride. Found my rental car. I rented through the app Turo. Look how cool this is. They just leave a lockbox in the back of the car, and then the keys are in here, and then I can take it. So this is my little car for the weekend. It's a little smart car. How cute is this? So I'm gonna get the key and get going. I literally just filmed that whole clip with a thing on the lens. I was wondering what that black thing was. I have no idea what that was. Maybe a raisin? Well, don't worry, everything's okay. I've never driven in a car this small. And this comes in handy because I suck at parking, so this is gonna be great. I've been craving a salad from Sweet Greens, so I'm gonna go find the nearest one and go get dinner. Okay, so I stopped at Sweet Greens, obviously you saw that, and then I stopped at Whole Foods to pick up some snacks just to have for like breakfast while I'm here, so I'm not spending a ton of money. I got, I don't know how you say this, the Forager Project, cashew yogurt, Forager? Thanks. I got the plain one this time. I always get the vanilla. This one's my favorite dairy-free yogurt. I haven't tried this yet, but maybe I'll put some almond butter in it and it'll taste good. Blueberries, almond butter, flax seeds, sea salt dark chocolate, 2 apples, and an orange. So these will be my breakfast for the next 2 days. So it is the next morning. I tried to wait out the traffic this morning and kind of hung out at the apartment until like 10 o'clock, and then I headed out. I'm now in Huntington Beach. I'm gonna go check out this coffee shop called Daydream, and then I'm gonna meet my friend Allie for lunch. So I'm excited. The musical is later tonight. I have to look up my ticket and make sure I don't need to print it out or anything, but I am so excited. Is it weird that I'm going to a musical alone? I don't know. I asked a few people, but I was like, I'm going either way. So let's go explore and eat some food and get some coffee. I just left the coffee shop. It's kind of tucked away in this like industrial place by all these warehouses, and it was the cutest thing ever. I was so happy, I couldn't stop smiling. It just made me, like, my soul was happy. It was so happy. Just reminds me of like a beach town in Australia or something. That's what I imagine like all the restaurants in Australia look like, just with that vibe. Anyways, I'm gonna go meet my friend Allie for lunch. We're gonna go eat at Vibe Kitchen, and I'm eating my hair. Alright, enough of that. I just came to this place called Crossroads, which is apparently a consignment shop? Consignment? I don't know. A resale shop. I'm hoping to find a couple cute things, but we'll see. And then from here, I'll probably head more towards Hollywood because that is where the play's at. I still need to look up what time it is and my ticket stuff. So I'm gonna do that. Let's see. Let's see what we can find.
This is one of my favorite quotes from page 64. You do not become good by trying to be good, but by finding the goodness that is already within you. Ooh. And allowing that goodness to emerge. Again, we're talking about going to presence. Okay, it is now 7 o'clock. I just walked around Melrose and went shopping a little bit. I got a few things. First being this hat. This is probably not the best place to show you. Is this right? I don't know. I hope it's cute. I can't really tell right now. As well as I went to another, what is this place called? Crossroads. And I actually just shopped in the men's section and I got this shirt. This is the worst haul ever. Okay, you can't see anything, but I will show you this really quick. This Timberland shirt. They're so comfortable. Okay, anyways. I just passed by the theater, there's a line, but I'm running into an issue. The ticket's on my computer's dead. So I'm gonna go into this McDonald's, which is really sketchy, and use their outlets for a little bit and change in the bathroom because I went and got an acai bowl and I spill on myself. I literally spilled all over myself, so I need to change. So we're gonna go inside. I'm kind of in a rush because I want to get there a little early to get a good seat. Trying to light me, but it's not working. So I just left the musical. It was so amazing. Honestly, I was just emotional. I don't know. I feel kind of, I'm so uncomfortable right now, actually, if I'm being honest. If you've watched any of my Single Diaries videos, you know I have been really pushing myself to do things alone. Well, going to a musical production and sitting alone and not knowing anybody and waiting afterwards and not talking to anybody or knowing anybody is really uncomfortable. It was really cool. The musical's amazing. All the songs were amazing. I can't wait for them to release them. Oh, I have so much to say, but I'm like super kind of like, I'm just feeling kind of weird right now. I think for one, just seeing him perform that and knowing that he was behind all of it, I was so proud of him, and he's a stranger to me, so
it's so interesting to feel so proud of someone. And then when I was sitting there, all I thought about was Kristin and how proud she must be of him, and just how special that must be to be able to support your spouse in doing something so fulfilling in their careers. And I feel like people are walking by, they're probably thinking I'm like robbing this car or telling ghost stories. Just a really inspiring moment to witness, like seeing, like Kristin was sitting in the row in front of me, and just watching your husband do something like that is so cool. And I hope to have that moment with my spouse one day. My arm's getting tired from holding up my flashlight. So it actually worked out, even though I was late. Since I had the premium seating, I got to sit in the second row, had an amazing view. It was actually really funny because there was 3 seats, and so I sat in the middle seat so I wasn't like next to like crowding this stranger. And then they came up to me and asked if I could move over to make room for 2, and it was actually Jess and Gabriel who sat next to me. I didn't say anything to them because I just didn't want to make them feel uncomfortable. I don't know if knowing like I watched their videos would have made them uncomfortable, but like sitting next, I don't know, I just didn't want her to feel obligated to talk to me or anything. It's really interesting, like there was a lot of influencers here. Guys, my shoulder hurts. I don't get really starstruck, I guess you could say. I definitely try, I mean, the Bible tells us not to idolize anybody, so I do my best to just look at everyone as an equal, and just remember that at the end of the day, no matter how famous or how many followers, like we are all the same, and we are all people and God's children at the end of the day. So I don't know, but it's still cool to see them all in person. I didn't ask anyone for photos. I got to say hi to Kristin at the end. So basically, I left and went and got my car, and I just felt like, I mean, hanging out outside of a theater alone and just standing by yourself, I feel like it like triggered some past trauma or something, because I feel like I'm pretty emotional and I'll have to like process that later. Honestly, I felt really uncomfortable, a little bit awkward. I didn't really know what to do. As you can tell, I'm still kind of uncomfortable even talking about this, but this is real and raw of my experience doing something alone. Like not everything is going to go smoothly. Like going country dancing alone surprisingly was less scary than going to this musical and hanging out alone. But yeah, so I left because I was hanging out and I didn't know what to do. There was a really long line to say hi to Kristin, so I was just like, I don't know what to do. So I kind of hung out for a little bit, and then I like left and walked to my car, and then I was like, okay, maybe I should go back. So I went back and brought my camera and took some videos, and I went on stage and got to say hi to Kristin and give her a hug. And then I like stood around for a little bit longer, and then I just left. Honestly, like, I think for me it's like satisfying enough to just see it and really live in that moment and like be there for the performance and be a part of the crowd. And I don't necessarily need to like take pictures with anybody or say hi to everybody. But I will say this whole thing really pushed me out of my comfort zone, which is good because that means I'm going to grow from this experience. And literally my muscles are gonna grow as well because my bicep is on fire. The musical was so amazing. The fact that he created that all on his own, well, I'm sure he had so much help, but it's just super inspiring to see someone like chase after their dreams like that and really break a stereotype and go full throttle at something unknown and something that no one has really broke into from the influencer world. I don't know, it was just really inspiring to see. I loved every minute of it. I love musicals, and the music honestly blew me away. I thought it was some professional stuff. people. Professional. All right, I've been babbling for almost 8 minutes now. Maybe I'll check in tomorrow when I have a clear head and I'm not so like uncomfortable and nervous and like back to myself. So good morning, it is the next day. I am feeling much better, definitely out of my funk, I guess. I don't think I would even say it's a funk. I think it just brought up, like, I have not been super outgoing my whole life. I used to have a really hard time making conversation with people, and I've gotten so much better at it over the past year or two. I've really grown in conversations and just being more outgoing and meeting new people. So I think this was the first situation that I've been in a long time where I felt really uncomfortable talking to people and attempting to make friends in a room full of strangers. So, and maybe it was just more of like I cared what other people thought. So it was really interesting to be in that position again in such a long time. I think it'll definitely force me to grow more. I'm so happy it happened. I'm still so happy I did it. I'm still reflecting on exactly what I need to take away and what God is trying to teach me from that. But I know one thing for sure is that it's gonna prepare me for my next move, which I haven't told you guys where I'm going yet. You know I'm going to Illinois, which I don't really have friends there either. But the next place I'm going is gonna be pretty, like, I don't think I'm gonna know anybody. So I think these things happening is gonna be really good practice. I'm just dipping my toes in the water a little bit. I feel like that was weird. Okay, anyways, this is the new hat I got from Urban Outfitters yesterday. When I was shopping, I actually saw Madison Beer, who is a singer, and like I said, I don't really get starstruck, but she is definitely like the prettiest person I've ever seen in real life. She is gorgeous. So it was just cool to just look at her. Sometimes I go to her Instagram and I just look at her because she's so pretty to look at. I am shopping around in Venice. I'm on Abbot Kinney's right back here. I came to my car to change because I just bought these shorts and these. Okay. I am not this vlogging. I am no fashion blogger. About the musical, I was seriously blown away by Marcus. He is so talented. Everything down to every single facial expression he made throughout the play was just mind-blowing how talented he was. It was such a good musical, and the fact that he had a part in writing all those songs, all the music was amazing. He was just, I am honestly blown away by his acting skills, singing. I hope this musical goes big places. I will be praying over the show and over the cast. I just think it was amazing. I highly recommend it. If they continue showing it in the future, go see it. It is so amazing, and I really do love the storyline. And I think the storyline itself really fit with the crowd, because I was in a crowd with all these people who had millions of Instagram followers, and I feel like a lot of people out here focus on what you do and how many followers you have rather than who you are as a person. What's up, everyone? Okay, so it's been a little bit. I haven't been very good about vlogging this trip. I've been spending just a lot of time alone and just chilling and exploring and just not really wanting to take out the camera too much and film everything. But last night I went to church home. I think I inserted some clips.
War with the King of Kings and the Lord of Kings. Like, listen. You're like, I'm afraid to go forward. I'm afraid to get out there. I'm afraid to step out. I'm afraid what the future might hold. And God's like, but I will go with you. I will be with you.
If you haven't heard of it, it is a big church. I believe there are a few different locations. So one of them is in LA. It's most popular because of, it's known by, I guess, Judah Smith, which I I hadn't heard of him actually prior to one of my friends starting to go to the church, and then they started sending me videos of him. Unfortunately, he wasn't there last night, but that's okay. It was still a really cool experience just to see the Christian community in LA. So that was fun. Then we went out to dinner afterwards at Earth Cafe, which I would say is a little bit overrated. At least what I got definitely wasn't very impressive. And then I actually ended up extending my trip by a day. I was supposed to leave yesterday on a bus. However, I found a flight that was pretty affordable since I had some credit I needed to use. So booked a flight for today. I take off in about like an hour and a half or 2 hours, so I'm gonna call Lyft to the airport. But I am in Long Beach because that's the airport I'm flying out of. So I've just spent the past like 4 hours at the same cafe uploading a video for you guys. So yeah, that is the update. I think I'm just gonna end the vlog here. I hope you enjoyed. Definitely not what I was expecting, but I feel like God just fills everything with such amazing life lessons. So I will definitely leave this trip taking away so much. Another little update is my grandma's health isn't doing so well. So I was a little bit sad today. I got to FaceTime her. She is on hospice. She is probably going to pass away pretty soon. So any prayers for my family would be much appreciated. I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and hope you have a beautiful day.